Coming up on your Blazers Sports Report, we will look back at the Blazers tennis matches against West Florida.
Then we will provide updates from men's golf, baseball, and softball. Your Blazers Sports Report starts now.
Welcome to your Blazers Sports Report. I'm Daniel Moore.
And I'm Jalen Campbell. This past Friday, the Lady Blazers took to the tennis courts on Senior Day for an intriguing matchup against the West Florida Argonauts. This marks the 6th conference matchup of the season thus far for the Lady Blazers. The ladies started the weekend with their double matches. Here's more.
The Lady Blazers faced the University of West Florida April 2nd here at the Valdosta State tennis courts. The ladies gave it all they had while facing their high-ranked competition. Over the course of this season, the Lady Blazers have had some luck when going against teams within the Gulf South Conference. Teams including Delta State, Shorter, Lee, and Montevallo. West Florida is ranked number 6 in the country, which in theory gave them a leg up in their match against Valdosta State University. Eva Rivol and her partner, Estee Wittershoven, went up against Berta Bernardi and Sarah Yegan. These ladies held up a good fight, ending the match 7-5 with West Florida coming out on top. Unfortunately, the ladies fell short in every doubles match that was played that afternoon. However, all hope is not lost for the Lady Blazers, as they have 4 conference matches remaining in the regular season to bolster their GSC record. For your Blazers Sports Report, I'm Brandon Paris.
Next, we will learn more about how the women's team fared the single matches. Daniel, please tell us more about those matches.
This weekend, the VSU women's tennis team faced the West Florida Argonauts. Blazer Sports reporter Hakeem Bray went out to the VSU tennis complex to cover the singles matches. Here's more.
My name's Hakeem Bray, and I went to VSU's tennis courts Friday where the Blazers took on the number 6 ranked West Florida Argonauts. Voss State's Blazers women's tennis team dropped a 6-1 decision against number 6 West Florida Friday afternoon on Senior Day. Rochelle Starville won the only singles match. She won the first 2 sets, 7-6 and 6-4. This loss will fuel the Lady Blazers for the remainder of the season. The Blazers have 4 remaining conference matches this season, beginning with Pensacola, Florida, West Georgia, Mississippi College, and West Alabama, April 9th through the 11th. VSU would then face the Christian Brothers on April 16th in Montgomery, Alabama, in this matchup from earlier this season. That has been your Blazers Sports Report. I'm Hakeem Bray. Go Blazers.
The women's team worked to bounce back this week after dropping 5 of their 6 singles matches against West Florida. The Blazers faced 3 GSC opponents this past weekend with matchups against number 6 West Alabama, West Georgia, and Mississippi College. VSU dropped the first match by a final score of 2-5. On Sunday, the Blazers swept the matches en route to a 7-0 victory over the Wolves. On Monday, the Blazers lost a close match to the Choctaws by a final score of 3-4. The Blazers will be back in action this Friday.
The men's tennis team began their match against the number 4 team in the country with double matches. The Blazers sports reporter Cedric Bolton went out to the VSU tennis complex to cover these matches.
With this being nearly 2 years since these teams faced off, the men's doubles was a game to watch as we begin our tennis coverage.
Valdosta State and West Florida come into this game ranked top 10 in the nation. They are also the top teams in the Gulf South Conference, each with the undefeated conference record. I met with the head coach, John Hanson, and asked how will they prepare for the Argonauts.
We're not going to do anything strenuous today. Just make sure we stay loose. This is always a fun match because their coach, played here and was also our assistant at one time. So the one team of their season is us.
On court 1, Johan Nguyen and Florian Sembozo of Valdosta State would defeat their opponents with a score of 6-1. On court 3, however, West Florida would get the best of the Blazers with a score of 6-2. With the teams tied 1-1, it came down to the final match at court 2. This match was close, but in the end, West Florida would win and take the 1-0 lead as they prepare for the singles.
Both teams displayed courtesy and respect for one another and continue to support their respective teams. Reported for Blazer Sports Report, I'm Cedric Bolton.
VSU trailed 1-0 entering the single matches. The men's went on to win 5 of the 6 single matches en route to a 5-2 win as a team.
Last week, I had an opportunity to catch up with the men's tennis team to see how they're preparing for their next set of matches. I'm outside the complex at the VSU tennis courts where the men's singles tennis team is practicing for their upcoming matches.
The Valdosta State men's tennis team recently enjoyed a thrilling upset victory over the number 4 ranked West Florida Argonauts. The number 7 ranked Blazers won 5 of 6 singles matches to defeat the Argonauts 5-2 on senior day to remain undefeated in the Gulf South Conference. However, there is no time to rest as the Blazers head on the road to Pensacola, Florida to play 2 opponents as a tune-up right before the conference tournament championship. The team will face West Alabama on Sunday, April 11th. Their last matchup was in March and had the Blazers come out on top 5-2. Then, on April 12th, the Blazers will face Mississippi College. These two teams last met April of last year, with the Blazers winning 4-0. They have never lost a game to Mississippi College and look forward to continue their 6-game win streak.
For your Blazer Sports Report, I'm Daniel Moore. The men's team went on to win both of their matches this past weekend. The Blazers defeated West Alabama 6-1 and Mississippi College 7-0. The men will now prepare for the regular season finale as they face Christian Brothers on Friday, April 16th in Montgomery, Alabama.
This past week, the men's golf team competed in Argonaut Invitational where they faced 10 of the top 25 teams in the country in Pensacola, Florida. The Blazers started off the first round well, shooting .290 as a team, which put them in the middle of the pack. Most of the teams experienced difficult stretches of play in the second round, leading to higher scores. The Blazers were tied for 9th after the first day of play, which featured the first 2 rounds of the tournament. The third and final round was difficult for the Blazers as they posted a score of 306. The Blazers finished 11th in the Invitational. Some Blazers did experience individual success, including freshman Ryan Poland, who finished tied 24th out of 86 golfers who competed in the tournament. The Blazers will return to play on Sunday, April 18th when they compete in the Gulf South Conference Championship Tournament in Mobile, Alabama.
The Blazers baseball team has experienced a roller coaster of emotions over the past 2 series. The Blazers dropped all 3 games to rival Delta State last week despite keeping every game close. The final game of the series was indicative of how close each game was as the Statesmen came out on top 15-14 after 11 innings of play. The Blazers bounced back this past weekend when they faced West Alabama. In the first game, the starting pitcher for each team had strong performances as they held each other's team scoreless. The Blazers caught fire in the 5th inning as they posted 4 runs on the board. The Tigers came back late as they tied and took the lead at the top of the 8th inning. The Blazers had a 9th inning for the history books as they put up 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th to take a 7-6 victory. The second game was another offensive showcase for the Blazers as they won 19-4 in 7 innings of play. Yesterday, in the third and final game of the series, the Blazers started off hot with 3 runs in the first inning. The Tigers then played stout defense for the remainder of the game until the 9th inning when VSU scored en route to a 4-3 victory for the Blazers. The Blazers are scheduled to begin their next series on Saturday, April 17th, when they face the University of West Georgia.
The VSU softball team has simply been on fire for their past 2 series, beginning with their 3-game set against Delta State in Cleveland, Mississippi. The Blazers began the series with a 6-4 victory after sophomore Samantha Richards pitched a complete game. The Blazers' offense was led by redshirt senior Lacey Crandall, who posted 2 hits, one of which was a home run and only 3 at bat. The Blazers went to score 22 runs over the next 2 games to sweep the series. This past weekend, we may have seen the Blazers' best collective performance of the season so far. All 3 games ended early because of the mercy rule. The Blazers won each game by a final score of 13-2, 10-1, and 10-0. Nicole Pennington hit 4 home runs over the course of the series. Kylie Robb hit 3 home runs in the final game of the series. After the weekend, the Blazers now feature the top 3 home run hitters in the conference and 2 of the top 4 among NCAA Division II softball teams. We look forward to seeing the teams back in action later this week when they face Albany State in West Georgia. Well, that's it for today's Blazers Sports Report. I'm Jalen Campbell.
And I'm Daniel Moore. Make sure to follow us on social media at VSUTV_sports for updates throughout the remainder of the spring season. Go Blazers!